Welcome back to episode 362, I believe, of the Bad Taste Video Podcast. I'm Mike. I'm here with Grizz, and we're back with one of my favorite movies of the 80s, one of my, teen slasher franchise favorites. But the reason why I'm laughing right now is because right before we went live, Grizz goes, all right, let's do it. Let's do it. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? He's like, kind of need like a hype up. Like, I feel like we need to like
we never have like a hype talk. We're usually just chilling like, all right, let's fucking.
Yeah, I'm looking at the time
this week, dude. I was like, we're doing this. Let's fucking go.
That's fine. That's fine, man. Maybe next week we'll figure out a nice hype up ritual for us, like the Haka dance or whatever.
Yeah, I was gonna say we get like a chant going, dude.
We got it. All right, but before that, before we figure out what our next move is, let's hit that intro. Yes, that's right. We're covering A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2, Freddy's Revenge on this. I guess it actually kind of fits the theme of the week if you're on the East Coast. Actually, pretty much everywhere besides like the Rocky Mountains right now, where it is hot as fuck. And that's kind of a theme in this movie also, that the house is consistently hot. Heat dome.
It's terrible.
This is something I was thinking about the other day because, you know, me and you suffer from seasonal depression, but like the opposite, where once it gets nice out, we start feeling like shit. I don't know, you know, not built for this. No, but isn't the longest day of the year like June 24th or June 22nd or something like that, right? The most sunlight.
Didn't it? Yeah. Didn't it, like, today is the 24th. So if it was today, it felt like a long fucking day, but it's been feeling pretty long for sure, dude. I miss the cold winds of winter and my dark at 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock.
All right.
Dark 24/7.
So the longest day of the year was apparently Friday, June 20th. So it already passed. We're on the downslide, man.
Dude,
we're going.
Yeah.
We're on our way. Isn't it funny?
Is that down the hill or is that up the hill?
Well, you know, it's all uphill from here. Like, isn't it?
Is it all downhill from here?
Yeah, it sounds weird, right? Like, oh shit, it's going downhill.
Going uphill sucks, dude. Like,
yeah.
If I've already went uphill, then I'm like, dude. I think the saying is it's all downhill. Yeah, it's got to be it's all downhill from here, right?
Yeah, but isn't that bad? Isn't that a bad thing? Like, oh fuck, it's all downhill from here.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense, right?
Right? So neither of them are what
dumb,
the hill,
dude.
the whole hill reference is just a non-start, man.
Everybody should stop using that.
Yeah.
I'm against it. I'll never fucking mention a hill in my struggles again, dude.
Yeah, fuck that, man. You know, when it's like, oh, I used to go uphill both ways to go to school. Yeah, you know what? Now that I live in Pennsylvania, I think I actually go uphill both ways to go to work. But Grizz, A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2. This is one of those movies that actually kind of gets me in the Halloween season, the Halloween mood. For whatever reason, this is one I really associate with Halloween. I don't know why.
It's a summer movie, but like maybe just because for me, I used to watch all of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies when I was younger. Anytime like between September and the end of October, like I would just spam all those movies front to back. So I associate just kind of Nightmare on Elm Street alone. I associate Freddy Krueger with the fall for me with Halloween. So it's just an immediate, snap right to that time period.
Yeah, I guess it is one of those things where it's like, this is when we used to see it on TV.
exactly.
So you would constantly see it, on the cable channels or whatnot. Once in a while, you get it on like fucking UPN or like Pix 11, one of those types of things. Or if you owned or rented the videotape, it had a very, iconic.
All the flaps.
Oh yeah, I got all my flaps. I got all my flaps, of course, bro. You kidding me?
Show off your flaps, bro.
Yeah, the original media release of A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2 has a 4-flap slip, which is always a fucking awesome thing. But I feel like this cover is something that like I used to see in the video store, and I'd be like, "Fuck," you know what I mean? Like it would scare the shit out of me for whatever reason.
That's a good one, dude.
There's no real. If you look on the back, you can kind of see it on the video. There's no real like Freddy presence either, which is kind of different from a lot of the ways they would market these movies, try to pull you in to rent it, to try to pull you in to watch it or whatnot.
Makes it a hard sell, in my opinion. Like for me, when I was growing up, like I was already hooked because I had came into Freddy obviously after like a few of them had already came out. I was pretty young, so I had my choice to watch whichever ones I wanted. So, but I always felt like that was just like it's a weird thing not to put more Freddy, more of like at least some like cool shots from the movie, not just generic pictures. Because for me, when I was going to a video store, I knew I would maybe get 2 or 3 movies tops if I was lucky on like a weekend.
You're getting the old ones, the 5-day rentals.
I would get something that I knew. I would pick up A Nightmare or something like that for sure. Something that I knew I was going to enjoy. But then my other option would always be like the Gamble movie. And I would usually pick that based on the cover art and what was on the back of the movie. I wouldn't read anything because
you were a kid
reading, dude.
Yeah.
But like I wanted to see if like what was I going to get into in this movie? What is some cool shots? I would have picked. I mean, I'd already liked it, but if I would have picked this up not knowing what it was, I'd have been like, "Nah, this cool cover, but I'm not sold on the back."
But the movie is surprisingly fucking awesome. This is kind of unlikely with a sequel. A lot of times, the sequel is a little bit, it's, I don't want to say it's all downhill, but usually that's when the shit starts to slide. But I feel like that's not really the case with A Nightmare on Elm Street. It's kind of it's a complicated relationship I feel like we have with this series, right? They're not always the best things in the world, but for whatever reason, we still enjoy them. Is it the nostalgia factor? Is it just the fact that you grew up watching it? So it's like, no, like that's my movie. Like that's, it may suck, but it's still my movie.
I have issues with this movie, probably more so than 90% of the catalog of the Nightmare series. I think I love this movie, but I think it's not my favorite portrayal of Freddy Krueger, I guess is the kind of way to put it, man. Like the only one worse to me is Wes Craven's New Nightmare. And it's almost for similar reasons because like for me, so like the whole thing with this movie is we have our main character who moves into the house on Elm Street that everything happened in the original movie. And he basically starts becoming possessed by Freddy Krueger in this movie, which is what I don't really care for that much, man. Like,
see, like to me, I like this Freddy a lot because he's fucking mean. He's not fucking around with. He's not really laughing as much as the first like one of the others.
Yeah.
I always take it as what he tried in the first movie didn't work, so he's trying something else, doing another plan of attack.
I could buy that.
Yeah, instead of doing the Wile E. Coyote and just keep getting fucking defeated every week, let me try something new. Let me try a different company instead of the Acme, rocket company.
It just makes it feel so departed from all the other.
That I agree with.
It
does feel slightly different than all the other ones.
Another big reason, the fucking glove. I hate that the glove is with fucking Jesse, right? That's his name in the movie.
Yes.
And I hate that it's with Jesse and then it's not on Freddy, and you get like Freddy's Wolverine fucking fingers. Like,
not for you.
Freddy's not Freddy without the fucking glove, dude. Like that's such a big aspect of that character. To take that away from him, I mean, yeah, he still has these blades, but it's a totally different feeling. The leather, the metal, the whole thing with the glove. Just that like fucking DIY look to it that this motherfucker was like doing some vile shit before he died is what's really cool about it.
I don't know this. I like the makeup in this one. I think he looks kind of scary in it. Like he looks kind of weird.
Absolutely.
Not as palatable to the mainstream as he would get, I would say, in part 3, 4, 5, whatnot. This is
not as Looney Toony as he would become.
Yeah.
By Freddy's Dead.
Yeah, literally. But I mean, also you got to think this is only the second movie. People are still, maybe not too sure about the first one. They might have saw it as like, oh, this is teen trash, or this is like just horror shit. Sure. The second one, it's just another fucking sequel to one of these movies or whatever. Because remember, by the time A Nightmare on Elm Street 2 came out, it's 1985. You already had how many fucking Friday the 13th? You've already had how many Halloweens? It's kind of late to the whole party. A Nightmare on Elm Street.
Where would you guys rate this movie in like your list of like nightmare movies? Like,
yeah, what is this scale for you? Because
for you, Mike, like where would you like put this in the pantheon of all the Nightmare on Elm Street movies? Where would this come in place?
So
for you?
You want me to be completely honest?
Yeah,
this one and part 1 tied for me for 1.
Really? No shit.
I like 1 and 2 the most, then 3, and then I pretty much like them in order. To be honest, I think like as it goes, it's because I like 3, and then I like how 4 picks up after 3. Like that's kind of unusual in a lot of these series. Picks right up after. I thought that was cool, and then like the whole like Freddy's Dead thing and everything, and it's got that like 90s charm to me, but it's not as effective as a whole as the earlier ones are, where they still have that like I know it's a major motion picture and all that shit, but it still had like kind of a DIY feel to it. You know what I mean? Like still people are trying shit out. Obviously in the first one, the effects, and this one, even with some of the effects. I really like this one and part 1 as like a 1-2 punch. I think they work really well together. I know it doesn't really make sense, but I feel like the 2 Freddys are the closest. Like I think part 1 is like...
Yeah. I will give you that. They are definitely the most similar versions of Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, like he's pissed in part 2 that they fucked him over in the first one. He got defeated by a high school girl, and he's fucking mad now, so he's not as jokey. He's more mean. He's spreading his like he's testing his power more.
So I guess if I never looked at it under that lens of like he's always been able to do the power of possession. It's just like he's never really had to do that. So now he's trying like a different. I could definitely buy that a little bit more. I mean, for me, obviously 1 is 1. It's the champion of the series. And then I would probably go 3, 4. Or wait, 3, 4. Freddy's Dead, part 2.
Interesting.
Would be how I'd have to line them up. Man.
Interesting, but I
love the entire thing. There's even Wes Craven's New Nightmare.
None of them are
can
bad.
Enjoy parts of it.
Yeah, none of them are bad. All of them are watchable. All of them are watchable. Just we enjoy some more than others. Wes Craven's New Nightmare, I remember when it first came out, I was like, oh shit, this is fucking weird. Like, this is crazy. When I saw it as like an elementary school kid or whatever. Like,
I loved it as a kid, dude.
Yeah, it didn't bother me. That was because
it was my nightmare. Like, that was the movie that I got to go see in theaters. Man.
I didn't see it in theaters, but that was the first one that came out where I could rent it immediately. It came out, all the promo shit was happening where I was, I mean, obviously they released other ones while we were fucking alive, but like we were actually cognizant of the movie coming out. You know what I mean? You understood what Freddy Krueger was. You probably saw a few of them already. Probably heard more about it than anything. But it's got that soft spot for me. As you get older, though, you're like, I
can see the flaws in it.
Yeah.
As I get more critical of films and shit like that. And Alex, dude, you're nailing it right there. It's a wild fucking story. But I've told people out here before about my wild Jehovah Witness grandmother that I had growing up, the Black Widow herself. She fucking my first experience with a horror movie in theaters was Freddy's Dead in 3D with my fucking sister, taken to with me like by my grandmother.
That's fucking wild.
She had no idea. My sister convinced her. My sister's like 4 or 5 years older than me. Convinced her to fucking take us to this movie, dude. I was so young and I was fucking terrified.
It was a horrible experience for you.
it fucking ruined me, dude. Like I was fucked
That's
up
fucking
from
funny,
that.
dude. That's
It was the first horror movie, but it was also like my first time anything with 3D. So like I'm watching all this shit, like I don't even know what's going on, dude. This shit's coming out of the fucking screen at me and stuff. So
dude, that's awesome that you had that experience. That's really cool.
I remember my grandma being pissed, like so mad at my fucking sister that I fucking went and saw that.
You know, it's funny. Like my grandfather was very much like me. He used to stay up late at night and just watch movies. He used to watch the weirdest shit, like but I never remember him bringing me to a movie like that. You know what I mean? Like we went and saw Spawn in theaters and shit like that, but never.
Dude, Spawn in theaters was awesome.
Dude, that was. I could remember sitting down while the fucking opening credits were playing to that movie.
So good. Dude.
Yeah. But
John Leguizamo fucking rules in that movie.
As the Violator, fucking awesome.
Yeah.
But let's get back to Friday the 13th Part 2. Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2. This is a pretty unique one because it mostly focuses on the one person, Mark Patton's character Jesse, which unfortunately I learned today that Mark Patton isn't doing very well. He's HIV positive and he's showing, I guess he has complications from COVID and all that stuff. So they do have a GoFundMe up. It would be very cool if you could help somebody out that has given you so much joy throughout the years. He had a really hard time when it came to Hollywood and all that stuff, going through the system at that age. It's fucking rough. But I would give you a link, but it's far easier to just Google Mark Patton GoFundMe because GoFundMe does a terrible job with the URLs. It's
that's rough. Dude.
Yeah, but
definitely go. If you can't, obviously, if you can't support it, go and share the link at least on your social media. Just let people know, because even me and you, we do a lot of movie stuff, dude. We talk about it all the time. We didn't even know about it until today. So get the word out there a little bit for the dude.
Yeah, but I really do like him. I think a big thing for me with this movie is I love his character in this film. I love the character of Jesse. I love how he's navigating his social life in high school and dealing with his parents and dealing with moving to a new fucking area. And of course, and it's something that I feel would happen to me. Of course you moved into the murder house. You moved into the haunted fucking murder house.
And then when you get told that, you never believe it, right? I like that. It's a kind of a cliche now in horror movies where somebody moves into a house like this and it's oh, don't you know that's the house that such and such happened in? And it's always oh, that's not fucking real. I like how it's always because it happens in this movie too. Jesse's told by the bully dude that he gets in the fight with that,
well, that's
shit went down in your house.
Well, growing up where I did, there were houses that we knew people were murdered at or serial killers lived at. I mean, shit, look at the Gilgo Beach killer. I know somebody that has a house 2 blocks away from him. That's just one day that'll be, an Amityville horror type house. That'll be something like that. And I always took it as the house on, what is it? I think is it 2448 or 1224 Elm Street? Is that Amityville house for Springwood, Ohio, right? It's Ohio.
Something like that, yeah.
But
I see, to me, that's a draw, dude. I'd almost want to buy a fucking cool house that has a weird history like that. That makes it more interesting. I like things that have history to them, old fucking farmhouses from the turn of the century. Fucking that shit is
you never know
awesome,
what the fuck happened there, right?
Yeah, I want to, dude. People shy away from that shit. I would buy a fucking giant fucking 7-bedroom fucking one farmhouse in a minute, dude.
Well, when we were looking at this house, I was like, oh shit, there's a cemetery across the street,
bro. Down the fucking, I guess up the fucking hill, here we go again, from your fucking from your house, there's a fucking somewhere around where out in the outskirts of the town that you live in, there is a giant fucking white Addams Family house just sits by itself. I stopped and took a fucking picture of the fucking house, dude. I was this is the coolest fucking house I've ever seen.
There's a lot of those around here, man. There's a lot of like old houses. Yeah, there's a lot of old houses.
I want that shit so bad, dude. I'm coming down there, dude. I'm buying one.
Come on down, baby. But this movie opens up in a pretty iconic way too. This is a scene that somebody before on Instagram told me, like, that shit used to scare the fuck out of me. The opening bus nightmare, where it's kind of like, dude, not only do you see like his social anxiety, but also like there's a real fear of what the fuck is going on outside. Right. And it's a cool, I guess it's stop motion, right? Would this be like a stop motion considered thing?
I think so. And it's also just like excellent way to get you going into a movie, dude. Yeah. Like if I'm going into a new, all the hyped up fucking Nightmare on Elm Street 2, I want something like this to start the movie right away. Like this is the way to do it, man.
Now remember, like when you're watching this or listening at home, just think somebody that is actually watching this when it first came out, maybe didn't see the first movie, or maybe only saw parts of it, or doesn't remember it. It was a different time. Like,
gives you an idea what to expect, man.
Yeah, this would have been
the realm of the movie is.
Yeah, this would have blew my mind. That's for damn sure. The bus on like this giant pile of this spike of rocks. What is that, a stalagmite?
Fucking opening.
But Jesse's like all dressed like a nerd, stuck in this bus with two other girls, and Freddy Krueger is the bus driver. They reveal him pretty early in this movie too, right? You see him pretty much right away. What an iconic laugh. If you look really closely, you could still see the little figures in the bus, like moving, like there's people in there.
Well, see, and like to me, this is where like we first start to see not like the over the top, like Freddy toying with you kind of a thing. Like there was a little bit of that in the first movie, but like this is where I feel like he really starts to going into like enjoying it more. Like you really see that side of Freddy come alive in this movie, and it starts right away in that first scene where they're like teetering on the edge of that, and he's rocking the whole fucking bus back and forth and like laughing his ass off. Well, that's like the perfect version of Freddy Krueger in my head.
Well, he knows that like he's controlling it. This is all a dream. He's, got you in his trap right now. But imagine actually being Jesse in this situation, where like you're having these constant dreams of the same dude, and they just keep getting more and more fucked up. And it's like, not so much where like you have a dream and nothing really makes sense. Like like it kind of does. Like it's not, just some like crazy bullshit. Like there's a method behind the madness.
I don't think I've had like a series of reoccurring dreams like that I've ever had like the same. They're all usually pretty different. And if like I started to have like a reoccurring dream that had like, not that the same thing happened, but the same fucking like person I didn't know was constantly showing up in this fucking dream, I'm gonna be like, dude, what the fuck is going on, dude?
You'd have
like,
to change the strain, dude. Time to change the strain there.
Yeah, dude, heavy.
Now, you mentioned the bully before, Ron Grady. And I like that he's not really like a bully. He's kind of just like an asshole that is like an 80s asshole. He becomes friends with Jesse. They become friendly. They hang out. They talk, right? Like he tries to confide in him. Also, it's pretty funny. Like it's one of those things where, somebody kind of pushes you, tests you a little bit. And like you.
Well, they have that like bare ass fight in the fucking schoolyard. And that kind of like sets the tone for their friendship from there on out.
Yeah. A very suggestive scene, which at this point everybody knows that like
this whole movie, right?
Yeah, this is like a very. I'm not going to say like blatantly. No. I'm not. No, I don't want to say like blatantly, but like the guy. It's not. They tried to say like, oh, it's like it had like a subtle like gay thing to it. It's like, no, it's not really subtle at all. When you're watching it as an adult or whatever, like there's a lot of not that we have a problem with it. We enjoy a good hanging dog. You get almost a little bit of that later,
this movie could hang more dong. It wouldn't bother me at all.
That's what I'm saying. But that's part of the whole controversy about this movie, though, is that like they kind of screwed Mark Patton over with this by not really telling him the whole deal, right? Like what it was going to actually turn out.
Well,
like.
no one also knew that like Mark, was a homosexual. Like they weren't like aware of his sexual orientation or anything like that. So like it did kind of screw him, because I'm sure if he knew, he probably would have had like more reservations about taking the role and stuff like that.
Especially being a young dude.
Question some of the scenes, like
that
the bedroom scene is.
I love, dude. This is me.
It's a little suggestive, I think.
Oh, dude, this is me growing up. So I don't know what that
checks
says.
out though. I don't know what you're talking about.
He's told to clean his room, and he starts like putting on like sunglasses, puts the radio on. This is like an iconic scene, also, all night long playing. I love this, pushing the thing with his butt.
Yeah, I bet you do.
Yeah, so that's like he's singing into like the
those glasses are it,
what
dude.
even is that? Like it shoots a little ball, right?
It shoots something.
Yeah, but he's like holding it by his crotch, dancing, and like pops the thing.
I cut it right before the money shot, so that we would.
I like how I like how out of everything, that's what you cut.
Yeah, dude. I just wanted to. The booty was more important to me, as it always probably is. So like, I focused on that part. I couldn't get both.
Now I heard that YouTube is relaxing on some of the more controversial stuff. So maybe
I was close to putting the shower scene in here, dude. I thought I didn't know how far we could take butt cheeks in the fucking show.
Yeah,
I think full butt cheeks should be fucking.
Yeah, can we go butt cheeks on this? I don't know.
I mean,
Grizz, put your pants back on.
I'm not afraid to go full. Right,
Actually, I'm the one where I'm like, hey, it's hot as fuck in this room right now. I'm wearing the shortest shorts I have, and I got an ice pack behind me to try to, dude, the computer fucking like with the door shut and like everything and the computer running. Heat, dude. Brutal. Fucking brutal. But I like the setup of Jesse as like a high school kid. You know what I mean? As like a 17-year-old, 16-year-old high school kid. Doesn't really know what the fuck he wants to do with his life. Doesn't really know what's going on with the whole Freddy thing, obviously. And that's like a pretty heavy situation to be in. And the only people that are really there for him, his sort of pseudo-girlfriend, Lisa, the Bette Midler lookalike, Grady, and what's their other friend's name? Kerry? Is that the other friend? There's only like a couple people that are really like got his back truly, right?
And like even his parents are split, whereas like his mom is genuinely concerned about him, like wants to get him help.
She kind of has like that like absentee, like suburban
she's an
mom.
inept mother, so yeah, suburban mom from the 90s kind of role for sure, where like, she probably has a few spritzers instead of, making the right decisions.
Yeah, she does seem like she's kind of drunk sometimes.
And the dad is just like, the kid's a fucking drug addict. He needs to get his ass kicked, like, total different approach to it. So like, he really does only have like his friends as like a real outlet, which he can't even trust that source. Like he doesn't even trust himself that like what's going on is real. I guess when they find the journal, from the previous
from Nancy.
round of murder, from Nancy.
Shortly after the dancing scene, Lisa comes over and she's helping him put stuff away, and they go in the closet and they find Nancy's journal from part 1, and she's talking about like how he comes to me at night ugly with his glove, and like Jesse all of a sudden realizes like, holy fuck, shit. Like this is the dude that I've been having dreams about.
Dude, bro.
Now that would be a real mind fuck for me, man. Like imagine just like all of a sudden reading something that was like in your room that was left there by the previous owner, who is basically told, like everybody tells him that she was nuts, that there was bars on the windows and she went nuts and this and that, the mom died, like crazy shit.
If I'm in that situation, I'm like, I've seen enough horror movies, like I'm immediately thinking this book is causing these nightmares, and I'm getting rid of the fuck. Like I'm thinking this must be like, because that this is written down in this fucking journal in my room, that's how I kind of would have taken that whole thing. But I mean, he obviously believes it and uses it to fucking further his knowledge about Freddy and shit. So, but right around the same time, we get that that scene where like Freddy basically tells him that like,
hey, here's the deal,
like,
bro.
I'm gonna use you, motherfucker. Like, it's on.
This is actually one of the most famous Nightmare on Elm Street lines, I would say, out of all of them.
I agree with that.
Freddy corners Jesse in the hallway of his house.
Jesse, we got special work to do here.
I love this. See, also the way he handled him.
I've got the brain.
I love that. Freddy pulls his his skull and scalp back, and you just see his brain.
Yeah, I love how dark the face is, though, too. Like, I like that it's not like fully lit up and just like overly fucking exaggerated. I like that it's in the shadows a little bit. To me,
that's almost more dreamlike. To like not have a full idea of what you're looking at, something in the shadows kind of lurking there.
I agree.
But that line, you know, you've got the body, I've got the brain. Heard it in the Will Smith Nightmare on My Street classic. But so that's an awesomely like written line, right? Like,
I mean, and only delivered as Robert Englund can.
Yes,
like he is the quintessential one-liner delivery person, in my opinion, dude. Nobody gets a line over like in horror, in my opinion, quite like Robert does.
What's chat? What's your favorite Nightmare on Elm Street quote? Doesn't have to be Freddy.
We're gonna hear a lot of Prime Time for sure.
And it can't be its Prime Time, bitch. Come on, you could do better. Everybody could do better than that. But Jesse starts to get even more neurotic and crazy and unpredictable as the movie goes, as Freddy's influence becomes greater, and eventually he leaves the house in the middle of the night in his pajamas and goes to like an S&M bar where he meets his gym coach, who's like a sadomasochist and all that stuff. He gets off making these kids fucking do all these punishments and shit.
I mean,
he's a pedophile, bro.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I'm just trying to think back, like, in filming some of these scenes, you kind of had to know like what the undertone of what you were making. You know, this dude's grabbing you in a fucking BDSM top, all kind of like suggestively and shit. Like, you can't film that scene and be like, I'm oblivious to what I'm making right now.
Yeah,
I mean, that's my takeaway from it. This is pretty blatantly obvious, the vibe that this is giving off.
Yeah, let's roll his part of his ending when he gets attacked by balls and whipped with jump ropes.
Attacked by balls.
This guy's just got the dickhead fucking high school gym coach guy of the 80s too, right? He's got that look. Perfectly casted.
I mean, going out the way he really wanted to, just pummeled by balls.
One of those like 2-pound weights would fucking go right through your skull probably if that hit you.
Dude, a medicine ball to the head would suck.
Oh yeah, he's like crawling through the fucking floor like it's Vietnam.
Balls everywhere.
Dude, and he ends up getting dragged into the shower and whipped bloody, and then finally slashed by Freddy / Jesse.
Jesse's kind of just watching it, and he's like, oh, damn.
The aftermath.
He's kind of confused on what to feel in that moment, I think.
The aftermath of that is awesome. The cops bring him home. He's like fucking naked pretty much. And they're like, I think this is yours. And they just leave him. Yeah. We found him wandering on the highway.
When the dad thinks he's on drugs and shit, dude.
We gotta also say that Clu Gulager from Return of the Living Dead fame plays the dad in this. Gotta love that, right? Him with the glasses on. It's almost like
he's an iconic dad, dude. He really is.
That's true. You gotta admit, man. He does it better than anyone.
Jerry, we remember when that happened to you also, dude. Your ass was raw for so long, dude. We're happy you're okay, dude.
The hog is back. Look, he emerged from his slumber. But this is where the movie starts really ramping up, because Freddy starts flexing his psychotronic muscle.
What?
I don't know, man.
That was awesome, dude.
And we get the awesome scene of Freddy invading the pool party. Now, this is another iconic thing from this series. This is something that everybody brings up. Freddy finally getting his shot at the kids of Elm Street, but in the real world, right? He just pops up out of this fucking his deck next to the pool. Decides, fuck it. Instead of slashing somebody, I'm throwing the snack table.
Barbecue. He's just
But he just starts wasting people. Look, one slashed to death. Damn. He makes the pool boil. This guy gets electrocuted on the fence. That's a real Hellraiser-esque thing there. People falling into the boiling pool.
In the pool. That's like one of my favorite parts.
And it goes on fire. Hey, man, we can help you.
This movie does have, though, like you were saying, how good Freddy looks in this movie. It has one of my favorite, like, images of Freddy where he's, like, staring through the fire and, like, the flame is, like, in the forefront of the fucking, the whole, I think it's in the All My Children fucking.
We have that, too, because that's another extremely iconic clip.
Yeah.
Here we go. One of the best lines in the series, too.
Help yourself, fucker.
I like that line. That's my favorite line.
Help yourself, fucker. Slashes him, throws him into the fucking barbecue. We get the famous line.
You are all my children now.
Dad comes out with the fucking Remington. Misses completely.
That shot right there, where at the end there, where he's like staring through the fire, that's so fucking awesome looking.
Dude, he hisses like a cat. He's like,
yeah. He like jumps through the fence, kind of like a cat as well.
Yes, he looks like a straight up demon in that fucking role. Like right there, he's fucking. That's fucking sick. But right after this, we start getting some more gnarly shit. Because Freddy is in our world. He's just hopping through fucking people and planes of existence like it's nothing.
Oh, dude, he kills Ron. Dude.
Yes. Ron Grady bites the dust, unfortunately.
This is the best scene in this movie.
He's just trying to get some fucking sleep. And Jesse freaks out at the pool party because he starts transforming there slightly. His tongue starts turning into like a Freddy fucking tongue.
Well, it's weird because he's about to like hook up with his like quasi girlfriend, and he gets all like weirded out. And then he goes to his boyfriend's house, and he's like, "Why are you coming over here, dude?" And then like he ends up doing this like Freddy immersion from the fucking chest. This is one of the coolest looking fucking things I think in all of the Nightmare series, dude. This is fucking
Freddy
epic.
literally rips himself out of Jesse's chest in this scene. His arm / hand is now Freddy's hand, and he like slashes his chest to open like the doorway.
Get
pretty
himself
much.
Out. Yeah.
Oh,
that looks so good.
I like this where you see like
so awesome.
Oh man, Robert Englund's like torso is coming out of I guess like a animatronic of Jesse, and then he just
if that rubber suit though of Jesse that falls off of him is so good. The way that looks too, where he comes up on that fucking light bulb, bro. Dude, they nailed like all the framing and like they just really set a cool vibe for this film. I think that's why like it still holds up, even though I don't really care for like the possession aspect of it or Freddy without his glove. Like the evilness and the intent of Freddy in this movie still is like really selling.
And Ron unfortunately meets his end by Freddy's glove, but it's filmed in a really cool way, and you kind of see how like fucking fucked up this really is. There's only like a second where you see it, but he's holding him by the throat and slashes him through the chest basically and rips it down, and he just starts coughing up all this fucking blood. Yeah, see, like
I love it going through the door.
And then Freddy waving in the fucking mirror. And it's Jesse wearing the glove. But like for a second, you see Ron's body and you see like the slash going all the way from like his fucking sternum like down to his stomach. Awesome. Hog, you missed it, man. We already talked about that. All right.
I thought he was talking about his pool party. I didn't realize he was talking about the movie.
Freddy is a straight beast in this one. He does not give a shit. He ain't playing around with people, making you see fucking grandpa or whatever, and then hanging you by a fucking possessed tree. He's fucking you up, right? He's pissed. Yeah. He's pissed. You made him work overtime, and he ain't happy, right? It's 4th of July weekend, and he's pissed.
Freddy had a barbecue.
Now, eventually, Lisa, Jesse's, they're never really boyfriend and girlfriend. They really never, like, make it official. But she realizes, I have to go save him. I know where to go. We're going to the old factory, the old mill, the old steel mill. And I'm going to go find this motherfucker and fix it. And she does encounter some pretty weird Rottweilers outside with human faces. But there is a final showdown between Lisa and Jessity? Fressy?
Yeah.
Fressy? Yeah. I don't, but one thing I have to say, man, I hate that the power of love does it. I hate that the power of love kills Freddy.
That's another fucking thing that I don't like about this movie, dude. Like, it's such bullshit. Like, Freddy's not gonna be, and that's why the possession thing pisses me off, because it only works like that if there's a possession happening. Like, that's an excuse to get out of the whole possession aspect. And it's just like, dude, Freddy would not go out like a little bitch because of some fucking bullshit.
Gets killed by a kiss.
Yeah.
But his death is pretty cool in this one. He fucking just starts melting away.
Flames up good.
Look, right there. Like, see, like, his makeup is so much more, it's just scarier in this.
It's more exaggerated in the first one.
Yeah, that's him melting.
Melting Freddy is awesome.
We got some goo. We got some goo here.
That just really sells it though. Like,
you see, like, the ligaments.
As much as I don't care for why it's happening, I love that it's happening because of the way that it looks.
This is so sick. He just bursts into flames.
I like how he just falls over at the end. Though. That's like my favorite part of it. And like body just fucking give it out.
And Jesse emerges. From the rubble.
Looking tar and feathered.
And he
looking rough.
Yeah, but he seems to be doing better after this situation. But
good for him.
But big but, as we saw before, we are given another ending. What would you call this?
Yeah.
Like a stinger almost. But this one is fucking awesome. I love this. Everything seems back to normal, right? They're on the bus. He's a little nervous because it kind of reminds him of a dream, but it's not really that fucked up. He's there with Lisa and her friend.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's all right.
Here we go.
Jesse, it's okay. It's all over.
As soon as she says it's all over, Freddy's fucking whole arm bursts out of her chest. And they just start screaming, and the bus starts careening into the desert again to start the cycle all over.
I mean, it's cool that it happens, but, like, it doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah, it means that Freddy wasn't killed. That's what it means.
Yeah,
I take it as Freddy is still alive, and unfortunately gets all of them now.
You're like the movie doctor. You're just over here.
Well, you got to fill in the gaps with these movies. You got to fill in.
Writing prescriptions for my ass that I fucking need to fill. Like, this is why you're not getting it, dude.
Well, I honestly take it as they all end up dying. Like, that's it. Like, nobody makes it out. Because in the third movie, they're not in it. Nobody's there. Nobody's mentioned.
I'm glad. I love the third movie. I like the direction that they take it in with the whole Dream Warrior thing. I think it's more... Man... Yeah, this one still is like towards the back of the list for me. As much as I enjoy a lot of the ways that like Freddy looks and like how pissed off he is and stuff like that, I just can't get over how much I don't enjoy the possession thing.
I love this one, man. I just love it. There's something about it. It just does it for me. The same. It's just. I don't know. I really think this is a 10 out of 10. I think they're all a 10 out of 10. It's
Yeah,
just-
I mean, everyone in the series compared to other fucking movies is fucking magic in a bottle, dude. All the nightmare stuff is amazing.
You know what would have been really sick with part 3? Nancy's back, right? And to finally kill Freddy, she's got to get Jesse too. Jesse has to come back and do it with her.
That would have been a cool. If you would have found a role for Jesse in Dream Warriors, I wouldn't be mad at that.
He would have fit Dream Warriors too. He would have
100%.
He would have fit in with that group. Like he has his own style, his own vibe, like his fucking
He could have been brought in as the kid brought in for like the introduction to that whole fucking thing, dude. You're absolutely right. He would have fit.
They
Probably a little too old at the time, probably then to. But I mean, there's all those adults playing fucking kids. So
well, even I guess he would have been out of high school at that point. You know what I mean? But at this point, Freddy could do whatever the fuck he wants. All right. But that was A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2, Freddy's Revenge. Next week, next Tuesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will be live on our YouTube page, youtube.com/@badtastevideopodcast to cover a wonderful shot-on-video movie from 1991. That will be Zombie Army, a very famous, VHS tape or notorious VHS tape, one that people try to find. I still haven't gotten one after all these years. If you have one that you want to give me for free, please, I would gladly take it. But I'm excited to cover that one. It's a good watch. It's a fun movie. I think. Have you ever watched it, Chris? Never in full. You've seen it?
I think it's going to be a lot of fun for the podcast, man.
Yeah, definitely check this one out ahead of time. So, when we're going through, we don't exactly ruin everything for you. Maybe put it on this weekend when it's not, well, I guess it's not going to be 100 degrees come the weekend, but, we're giving you
87, so it'll be a little bit better.
I just,
dude,
32
the humidity
degrees.
here is what's being next to the Great Lakes fucking sucks, man.
Well, back on Long Island, like you would get the humidity from like the ocean and everything, but you get the breeze too. So like you'd get cooled off from that
sea
shit.
breeze, man. Yeah, you fucking
call me now. But yeah, that's going to be Zombie Army next Tuesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on our YouTube channel. Grizz, it's time we head over to the wide world of metal. And what do we have this week?
Dude, we got some fucking Midwest beat down heavy fucking metal slam. I'm talking about Scrotal fucking Erosion and
there we go.
Their album Penchant for Pure Lessons. And if you don't know what that is, that just means green slimy pus, because this band is fucking awesome, man. This is a throwback to everything that I love about like really good gore grind. Just really good grindcore in general. The way this is produced, the vocals, specifically the snare drum. When you guys listen to this fucking beautiful snare drum job on this shit, dude. Where do I want to begin with these guys? Let's start them out with Feast of Bowel Exploded.
Dude, this looks like a fucking like a what's it called album cover, like a oh man, what the hell was your group called?
Oh yeah, like a Zelensky fuck. Yeah, they know what they're doing, dude.
This looks like a Zelensky fucking.
I made it. That's my heart on it. But it's very similar to what I did.
Dude, I love like the fucking super heavy guitar production like this. I could never get it like that ever.
It's so fucking like, I can't even say, it's not like layered. It's just like such a thick, like buzzsaw fucking guitar tone that fits so well.
Yeah.
3-piece fucking band, dude. What I love about this band too is like how they went ahead and gave themselves their names and like what they do. Like for instance, we got Necro Beast as the Purulent Spewage and Gargler. Sophisto Goretopsy is the Necrotic Riffage Putrificator. Like
go.
what these are like the best things ever, dude. The drummer's listed as the organ-filled thrash can player.
That's you.
Like this is how you do gore grind, man.
I agree, man. I agree. I also just enjoy the names that I see when I go to this shit and I don't know, man.
Dangled and fed to ravenous, starving alligators is a track that's on there. That's a fucking awesome name, dude. I love that's another name that I absolutely love because fuck the band Haggis is Haggis for the Poor. This song rules, dude. Oh, dude, that fucking blast is so awesome.
Is this a real drummer? Yes, right?
Yeah, real drummer.
Well, you just said it, but
this straight three-piece, man.
It's fucking tight. See, it has to be like the bass that gives it that thickness.
I mean, I imagine that the guitar player probably has either like an octaver to give it that like extra bass tone to it, or he's like recording a separate bass track for like the recordings and stuff like that.
It's just
but they're just listed as a guitar player.
It's so thick, man. Holy shit.
Fuck yeah, dude. It's thicker than a bowl of oatmeal, dude. This shit you can't fucking stir. Let's fucking do the last one here. This is gonna be hard to say. Sadistic evisceration of necrotic gangrenous testicle. This riff fucking is
I was gonna say this. So sick.
Fucking good, dude.
Where are they from?
This is from Dayton, Ohio.
Oh damn, man!
Fucking
That'd be that
Midwest,
Dawn area.
Yeah, dude. Midwest fucking brutal death. Fucking gore grind.
Dude, that's fucking sick. I love this shit, man. See, you're nailing it now. You're nailing it.
It's like a fine wine that I'm like a catalog of fine wines that I'm putting together this year, dude. I really think I'm coming into my own in 2025.
We got to just turn you into the ultimate gatekeeper. That's going to be the next thing.
Yeah, dude, it's pretty much what I am now. So, like, I'm already playing the role unpaid. Let's give me the actual job.
We're just giving everybody the cred now, right?
Yeah.
Just rattle these bands off. People think you know what you're talking about, right?
Helping you guys, dude. You got to mention scrotal erosion in your next fucking band conversation, and people will really think you're dialed into the scene, dude.
Yeah, say that at work around the fucking the water cooler, right? What'd you guys do this weekend? I listened to the new scrotal erosion. It was pretty good. Not as good as the last Split 7, but
really,
you know,
calm me down. You know, I was really not feeling that great this weekend, and the new scrotal erosion fucking zen'd me right out, man.
Chris, you gonna have this blasted from the from Morticia on your way to the gym?
It's already dialed up, dude. It's gonna be on repeat. Scrotal erosion for the next week. Scrotal erosion forever. Let's fucking keep bands like this going, dude.
I agree, man. Where can they find this album?
This is on Bandcamp, Spotify, YouTube, everywhere you want to get scrotal erosion. You can get yourself a big old helping of scrotal erosion in your life. So
that used to happen when I'd swim at the beach.
It's worth fucking buying. So,
Grizz, I can't believe it, man. You know, we brought it up before about the longest day, so we're going down with the daylight. We are
down with daylight. That should be a fucking t-shirt for us, dude.
July, August, September, October. Halloween's a coming. We have some Halloween season planned. We're already trying to put a bunch of shit together. Things that we forgot about. Things that are maybe too short to do on their own, but still worthy of a watch. I think this Halloween season we're gonna outdo all the rest. Right? We're gonna outdo the last ones.
You know, we gotta. It's maybe instead of just one costume day this year, we'll put some effort into doing some different costumes for each themed week that we'll do. Maybe we'll really fucking try to go all out. We don't dress up enough on here, dude. The Juggalos, that was so much fun, dude. We really,
that's true. That was a
we
lot
made
of work.
Really good Juggalos, dude.
It's true. I saw somebody on a bike the other day, a motorcycle behind me, and he had a fucking he had a hatchet man. Yeah, he had a hatchet man on, and like when he went by me, I whooped him, and he fucking gave me the fucking.
Yeah, he knows what's good. The Shaka Bra, dude.
Yeah.
You got the Shaka Bra by a Juggalo. That's fucking.
Well, he's on a
check
bike,
that
man.
off the fucking list, dude. That's fucking awesome.
He's on a bike. What's he supposed to be doing? But hey, man, we're secret Juggalos. What can I say?
Don't tell anybody.
But Grizz, is there anything else that you would like to add for this week?
Nah, man, fucking Nightmare on Elm Street rules, all of them.
That's true. That's true. Are we ever gonna get to cover another Friday the 13th movie?
Yeah, we should do that sometime here soon, dude. Maybe closer to the fucking, maybe for Halloween one of those weeks or something. We'll throw it back to a classic.
Yeah, we
maybe
just
it's
had
September as a warm up for Halloween. We'll fucking go back to the woods.
You know what I want to do for a pre-Halloween thing? Did we ever do Night of the Living Dead remake on here?
Oh, with Bill Moseley, dude, we absolutely should.
I don't know if
I haven't done it with you. I know that, but that's one we gotta do.
Yeah,
man.
that would be a good one. As you know, we're resurrecting some of these movies that we didn't get to do in. Actually, some of those older ones we didn't even have clips for or anything. It was just a straight up conversation. So we're doing like the Redux versions with.
Yeah, remix, baby. Let's do it.
Remix.
We gotta get that audio clip.
We got to bring back the horn.
Oh, dude, the horn was awesome. Yeah,
all right, Chris. I think that's about it. Where can they find you on the internet?
You can find me on Instagram at Kane_enabler.
And you can find me at Bad Taste Video. And you can find everything we do at www.badtastevideo.com. We stream live every Tuesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/@badtastevideopodcast. You can always watch previous live streams on that channel also. They go up right after. We keep them they're in the live section. You can watch them anytime. Or you can listen to it in podcast form. We release that every Thursday morning for all you, all the OGs. There's some people out there that have listened to every episode. That is fucking insane. I don't even think I've listened to every episode.
No,
I mean, granted, I participated in every episode, but
yeah,
I don't think I've actually listened to every single one in full.
I don't think I've ever listened to one of our episodes in full after we've done it. It's so awkward to listen to myself.
Yeah, people don't realize it's one thing editing music that you wrote, but it's a totally other thing doing the fucking podcast. And it got to the point where I had to kind of step back and be like, you can't fix everything. You got to just kind of let it rip. You know?
And you start noticing things about the way you talk. And
oh my God, don't even
damn, I say that word way too fucking much. There's some things
lots
that
of
are
dudes,
just
lots
I don't
of
want to
bros.
notice that about myself.
When Mainstream Mike was on here, we did a lot of that shit. There was a lot of bros, dudes, and fucks.
Those dudes and fucks.
Hey, that's
a good slogan, dude.
That's our alternate slogan. Bad Taste Videos for the people, right? We're here, giving you the bros, the dudes, and the fucks. And you got to add the goo. But Grizz, I think that's it, man. I want to thank everybody for coming in the chat. You guys were awesome tonight. I want to thank everybody who watched after the fact. I want to thank everybody who's listening on Thursday and will listen next Thursday. We will see you next week with Zombie Army from 1991.